Good morning, geeks and gamers. I have been forced into having a show with Drunk 3PO and only Drunk 3PO. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know what's going to happen.
I feel like, excuse me.
Yeah, he's already coughing. He's already coughing to
I feel like I've been here more than you and Ryan all week.
He's already coughing. Jay, is that how you want to be introduced on your first ever solo show with me?
It's what the people have come to expect on this neck of the woods here. Phlegm, esophagus problems. I don't know, man.
Well, it's good to have you here, Jay. And we have a lot to talk about today. It's going to center around the disaster known as Disney Star Wars. Just when you think
it's a comedy right now,
it can't get any worse, they go and do something like this and make it significantly worse. That is the standard we know as Disney Star Wars. But hello, everyone in the chat, the 199 in the house. I have great news for all of you. I actually got some sleep. Yes, I actually got some sleep. And the forces, the powerful forces known as Fortnite were there to tempt me. Josiah posted in the group chat, anybody want to play some Fortnite? And I'm like, oh, yes, but I got to get some sleep. So I withheld the urge. I overcame the obstacle and I got a little bit of sleep, Jay. Are you proud of me, Jay?
Oh, you were talking to me?
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to the chat. I'm sorry.
I was talking to the chat, and then in order to continue the conversation, I kind of throw it to you so you can continue the conversation.
I think it's a great idea, boss. I think that's great.
Good job, Jay. That's excellent. That was excellent. I mean, it was almost as good as that time I tossed over the conversation to you, and all you did was,
oh man, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, that's about what that was like.
Listen, people who are in Florida watching the show know that, like, I'm going through, like, and you guys are too, like, some kind of typhoon has been hitting this place all week. So, and it just comes and goes. Florida weather is so bizarre. It's like, I miss Ryan Kennel. Yeah. So why?
Put R.I.P.
Hair's a freaking mess. Whatever. It's been raining bad, like, here in Florida. So it's like I can hear it hit the side of my home. Like,
it's crazy because I mean, the state of Florida is a big state, and so sometimes weather that's happening in one part, because you have South Florida, you have Central Florida, then you have the whole Panhandle area, and then you have even all the way over to, like, Jacksonville and everything. So different weather can be happening all over the state, where like a hurricane can hit one element of Florida and just destroy it, and another part, like, we didn't get anything.
Yeah, not even wind.
Pensacola, where obviously I still live, like, it has been awful in Pensacola, which is about 6-7 hours away from Orlando. It has been terrible, but it's also been terrible here. And the same bands that pass through Pensacola continue to hit here too. So it's been a wild week with weather here in Florida for sure. So we got a few super chats to read, and we got 5 gifted memberships from TJ. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Jay's Milkshake brought me to the yard.
I'm glad I brought you here.
There we go. Unknown says Jeremy Slate the other day in court. Hail.
Yeah, I did.
199. I had a lot of fun on Critics Court over on Film Threats channel. If you guys haven't seen that series, you should definitely go check it out. Ryan's been on there. Critical Drinker's been on there. That Star Wars Girl's been on there. And I believe Jay is going to make an appearance.
It might be.
I hear.
I didn't really realize that till he made an announcement out.
Chris is really good at forcing your hand on it. So he asked me if I wanted to be on Critics Court, and I'm like, I'm busy, bro. I really don't know if I can commit. But he's like, well, I'll hop on, to talk about the Flash and, and Indiana Jones on daily. I'm like, okay, cool. He comes on there in his judge outfit. He goes, I am summoning Jeremy for Critics Court. And so I was like, motherfucker, you did that to me, didn't you? But it was good. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I went, and I did. I brought the old Star Wars hat back. I brought the
It
Geeks
was
and
cool.
Gamers zip up hoodie back, and we had a lot of fun. I had nobody else on the prosecution because Gary just fucking didn't show up. Legal Mindset didn't show up. And so I'm literally like 1 versus 3 plus having to deal with the J.J. Abrams impersonator. So it's technically 1 versus 4. But hey, it went how it went, and
I think it
it
went
was
great.
fun. It was fun. Hail to both Jeremy and Jay. That's Optimus Monkey.
My favorite account.
Beard coming in nicely, Jeremy. Jay, keep trying, bud. I
I
think
know. This is literally 5 days. I kid you not. It just doesn't grow.
Jay could grow a beard. I'm
I
pretty sure Jay.
could, but it will take forever, man.
So does mine, though. Mine's taking a long
Yeah.
time to start coming in. So Jay could definitely grow a beard.
You'll get itchy.
Jeremy, you killed it Wednesday in court. I still have to rank Ryan number 1, followed by the drinker, then you as prosecutors. No problem, man. Ryan did fantastic for sure.
Yeah, I did.
And I haven't seen the drinker one that much. I saw some highlights of it, but it's not too hard when you're fighting against Disney Star Wars. When you're prosecuting Disney Star Wars, it's not that hard. Steph killed it with the impressions of y'all. Yes, she did
Hold on. Let's be fair. The impression of me is she held up a plushie of a cow. That was my impression. So she didn't kill it with my impression. Just that was cheat code.
I thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty funny.
So, well, we got some stuff to talk about, Jay, and we might as well start out with the latest news that has taken the internet by storm, Jay. You're probably very happy about this. I'm pretty happy about this for different reasons, probably. I'm happy because I'm going to get to monetize this. Disney Star Wars has decided we want Geeks and Gamers to have 1 million subs.
I'm telling you.
So this story right here, upcoming Star Wars film focuses on Rey. We'll see her train a female apprentice destined to emerge as the future leader. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Are you
Of course.
What?
First of all, how are we going to are they going to make someone more powerful than Rey? That'll be are they just bringing they're just gonna bring God down from heaven and be like, Ray, you're training this person
This is
say that it's
amazing.
gonna be more powerful than you.
This is amazing. I can't believe that this is the route that they're going right here. And yeah, you're right. Is this apprentice, this female apprentice going to be more powerful than even Rey?
You know what I think is going to happen, and this is just my best guesstimate. I know in the sequel trilogy, they were really trying their hardest to do away with Sith, Jedi, good and evil.
Yep.
For some reason, Lucasfilm has this thing where bad guys are not so bad, or actually Disney at all. They trying to take the whole bad guys, good guys, things like that. Bad guys aren't so bad, and good guys aren't so good. So it's like let's just keep let's just have a bunch of people walking around that has feelings, and so it's possible we might get to this place where she's going to train this girl. It's going to be even more power and is going to bring the ultimate balance to the Force in doing away with Sith and Jedi and creating a whole new realm of lightsaber throwers or whatever they're going to have them do and creates that. That's what I honestly think is going to happen. I saw it because remember, I hate to say remember, but like during The Last Jedi, even Kylo Ren was like, let's get away from Sith and Jedi and join me, Rey, and like we can just do away with all that stuff and just live together and whatever. And you just saw traces of them. The whole Luke Skywalker, he definitely was not a Jedi, and they just stripped him away from anything like that. And I think that's just what they're going to do. I hope they do it.
Well, I mean,
I hope they create something completely new and false and different. So,
well, like you said about how Disney doesn't want there to be real villains and anything like that. And yeah, I mean, like that's why you've seen Guardians 3.
yeah.
So the Guardians 3, I loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and it had a real villain in it. There was a real villain. It wasn't like he was misunderstood or
hands down
villain.
one of the best villains in cinema.
Yes.
Because it got to the point in that film I was like, I want this guy to die.
Yes. Yes.
And it's like, if you can trigger that emotion in me, it's like, you've done a great job. Like, that
Yes.
guy should be Kang. You know,
Yes.
like they should have not used Kang and brought that guy in to just let him be the ultimate villain. Because I was
Mhm.
like, man, I could not stand. I hated
He
that guy.
he was fantastic. He was phenomenal,
Yeah,
and, without that, I'm not sure the movie carries as much
agreed.
weight and emotional weight as it did, and that's what you need. You need to have a good villain in order to carry your story along, and Disney's entire trilogy had I thought Kylo Ren started out very interesting in The Force Awakens. I thought there was a lot of interest in what the foundation they laid, but after that, the removal
No,
of his
you're right.
helmet
It's
completely and everything, and then he just turned him into it turned into Twilight,
agreed. They couldn't establish a decent villain, and instead they just decided, well, we already have a villain. Let's just bring Palpatine back and kill him again, since
yeah.
we can't really establish good and evil and right and wrong and all that stuff. And it just, what a joke.
Yep.
So I
Yep.
hope this is even a bigger joke. I want to laugh. I'll get my popcorn ready.
It's
Which
gonna be wild. So let's read a little bit of this real quick.
we're
So
all
it
gonna be
says
like 60 when it comes out, because they keep pushing these movies back. So
so this is the new plot that has reportedly been revealed about the upcoming Star Wars film starring Daisy Ridley. And it says that in a press release during Star Wars Celebration, Lucasfilm shared that Kathleen Kennedy then revealed that Star Wars will head into the future with a new feature set 15 years after the last events of the Skywalker saga. Yada, yada, yada. And then it said, where's it at? Trying to find where it actually specifies what's going on. Yeah,
keep going
so
down.
is it even further here? Is it
Yeah.
right here? Um, blah 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 blah. I had a different article pulled up, and man, Bounty put a lot of meat into this one, didn't it? Right
It'll
here it
be
reads
set
roughly
roughly.
15 years after Rey's victory over Palpatine at the end of the Skywalker Rise of Skywalker, the sequel delves into Rey's courageous endeavor. My God. God, it hurts to read that. Courageous endeavor to restore the Jedi Order, where she assumes the role of mentor to two promising young students, a girl and a boy. As her training progresses, it becomes evident that the girl possesses extraordinary
Yeah.
abilities destined to emerge as the future leader right there. Are you kidding me? They hate you. They think you're stupid, and they are never changing. Disney Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is dead. It's never coming back. They don't care. Oh my goodness. It's like they're actively now doing the very thing they know will piss the fans off even more.
I know, it's so true. It's like they don't even think like, how is this gonna work? And what's crazy enough, I mean, what's crazy is, this is a stand. I originally thought they were gonna do a trilogy, like like Star Wars has always done, big blockbuster trilogies, but this is just a standalone film. And how is that, like, I don't understand how you can put all that in one film. It's just, I don't know what they're gonna do, man. It's gonna be freaking a disaster on top of whipped cream. Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. 15 years after Rise of Skywalker, so she's probably trying to find herself, and then she bumps into people with force powers, and then I've got to train you because you've got powers, and she'll use the training of Princess Leia.
This is a disaster. My
And
gosh.
train these for
And,
what though? Like, are they even gonna have a bad guy, or is it just gonna be them all just babysitters club?
oh no, well, she's gonna train this female apprentice to stand up against male toxicity. And that's essentially that's what it's going to be. And I bet the boy is the one that's emotionally distraught and the one that can't, overcome things. They're going to use the young boy as the weak person, and the female is going to be the strong one that has all the potential. And Ray is going to see that, and together, essentially, what they're going to do is they're going to do what they should have done in the sequel trilogy here. So she's going to basically take over for what Luke should have been in the sequel trilogy. That's what Rey is going to be in this. and it's going to be a complete and total disaster. Holy crap, dude.
I
They
hope I
hate
hope that
you.
I hope the boy that they train turns out to be the bad guy, and they
Oh,
have to kill.
he
They
probably
have to
will be.
kill.
Yeah, oh my gosh, this sounds so unbelievably wonderful for
All
my
right, so
algorithm.
what if we take bets to see if it actually gets made?
That is true. So that is the question with pretty much every Disney Star Wars project at this point in time. Because if you look at this right here, and let me pull something up real quick. Star Wars.
And I only, while you're pulling that up, I only say that is because Indiana Jones is coming out, set to lose a ton of money. That's another Lucasfilm. They've had a list here of Star Cruiser closing down. That was a Lucasfilm disaster. Willow was nuked from orbit. It was so bad that people were like, "We don't want Willow even on our Disney Plus system. Like, just erase it." And everyone involved in Willow was fired. Now we've got these movies that were announced, so you wonder if they're even going to get made. There's a lawsuit going on apparently with Lucasfilm for not paying people, and just you just wonder if, like, after the Indiana Jones stuff, that the board of directors will be like, this ain't working, chief. Like,
Ex-
this ain't working. Like, we got to go in a different direction. Right in the middle of
exactly.
Mandalorian season 3, you're supposed to be your flagship flying. That's your Star Wars show. You lost almost 400,000 subscribers in America and Canada alone. And yeah, look at this.
Yeah, so the speculation that will this Ray project or any of their projects move forward is not only is that a valid question, it is the question, because under Disney Star Wars, look how many directors have either been fired or replaced with the terrible leadership that Kathleen Kennedy has been involved in. And 18
yeah,
Michael Arndt, remember? That's the name I used to talk about my points over on Critics Court. Michael Arndt, the very first person hired on any project, major person hired for Disney Star Wars, was fired. Do you know why
yeah,
he was fired? Do you know, chat, why he's fired? He was fired because in his original script, in his original screenplay, guess what? Luke Skywalker was the focus. Luke
yeah.
Skywalker was the focus.
It was the hero.
And in quote, according to Michael Arndt, who, by the way, is the same person that wrote Toy Story 3, according to him, Luke Skywalker was taking too much attention away from the new characters. Yep. Rogue One, just Solo, we all know that one. Colin Trevorrow was fired. The Boba Fett, Josh Trank, remember that one? That was
Oh
earlier
gosh,
on. That
yeah.
was very early on. This is just crazy. So,
Well, then
yeah.
did
By
you
the way,
hear how
wait a
much
minute, hang
they?
on. Where's Ryan Johnson's trilogy? I heard he was making
Oh
a
yeah,
trilogy. Jay, do you know anything about that?
it's it's somewhere
What were you gonna
in a
say?
galaxy far, far away. You weren't here. Me and Ryan, we brought this up on the last daily. The amount of money that they've also spent on these Disney Plus shows was released, and they spent $250 million on Andor, supposedly the greatest Star Wars series that nobody watched.
Yep.
They only spent 125 million on Kenobi. You have Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen coming back, and you give them half the budget that you gave Andor, because you think, like, just because it's like they think like, well, we'll just, the name Ewan McGregor will just bring people in. The
Mm-hmm.
focus of that show was obviously Riva and little Princess Leia. So they
Mm-hmm.
were hoping that would bring it in. That was a nightmare for everyone else. They spent 100 million on Book of Boba Fett, which is one of the worst looking, that to me, that's the worst show that they ever put out. And Boba Fett is one of my favorite characters. Book of Boba Fett, they had that awesome spin move, if everybody remembers. And so they spent 100 million on Book of Boba Fett, but only 125 million on Kenobi, 100 million on Mandalorian each season, and 250 million on Andor season 1. And there's an Andor season 2, which they spent about the same the same amount. And it's like, we are like digging through. It's like, I don't know how Lucasfilm is making any money for Disney.
I know.
Like, I don't see it. The Galactic Star Cruiser, Bob Chapek came out before he was fired. and he was like, the Star Cruiser is a huge success. We're booked up. He had this whole thing that they were booked up. My friend that works over there was like, the dude just straight up lied to everyone. And we all know there's like all these little secret things coming out about them cooking books and stuff. Nothing's been confirmed. But he was like, they're only operating on 25% capacity, and he's saying it's booked. So it's like you could just go to the calendar and they just blocked it out to look like it wasn't a failure. And now that thing is about to be bulldozed, this $600 million project that didn't even last a year. That the storyboard group, Matt Martin, was the guy in charge. Pablo Haddad, like they were the ones putting the Star Cruiser together. Galaxy's Edge spent $1 billion for each park, was $1 billion to make. I don't know where the freak that money went. And it's like they spending all this money at Lucas. Again, they did the Willow series, and Bob Iger was like, "We hate that thing. Like, how do you put a show together? I don't know if you like the original Willow." But it's like, how do you put a show together with such amazing characters from George Lucas and make it so bad that Iger was like, we're gonna pretend it never happened. Like you can't even go watch it anymore.
Yep.
And so it's like there has been tons of L's for Lucasfilm, and then you look and it's like, where is the money coming from? They're not selling merchandise. The Reva lightsaber, ring a bell, anyone? Like couldn't get that thing sold. Even though they said that was the most popular character of 2022 or something like that. I have no idea where they are. And someone can educate me. I just don't know where are they making money? They haven't released a movie since Rise of Skywalker. Disney Plus is $1 billion disaster. So it's like, how do they keep allowing this to happen? If they think that Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is going to bring back the billions, well,
that ain't happening.
The early ticket projections is pretty bad. Indiana Jones is one of the most expensive movies ever made. You can look it up. It's not me talking. Many articles are just saying they spent way too much money on this film. 300 plus million plus the marketing. And now, speaking of this is great. I got to show you this. This is what I should have brought up. Right here. This is glory. I'm going to share this. Speaking of Indiana Jones, I discovered this yesterday, and this is probably how I'm going to go see the film. If you didn't know, Jeremy, if you go to Applebee's and spend $35, you get a free ticket to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Oh, no.
That's right. This is how they're trying. This is desperation of all things. Applebee's, man. God. Couldn't you pick like Culver's or something?
Yeah.
You know, like couldn't you have done? You really wanted to get some ticket sales. So I wonder how this is going to play into oh man, we sold tons of tickets when you can go to Applebee's and spend $35 on a couple drinks, maybe an appetizer or two, and they'll give you a free ticket to Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. When's the last time you went to Applebee's?
I mean, I do. Their boneless wings are really freaking good.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. My chat was like, Applebee's is trash. You shouldn't eat there. And I'm like,
I like Applebee's.
But I'm like, we can all go to Applebee's and get our tickets, so we don't have to pay for one.
So this is very reminiscent of another story surrounding a food chain and Disney Star Wars.
And he's eating. He's eating.
Fantastic. What do we got?
Cuisine is always here, Christian. So much great food, trading cards, collector cups to get into.
But right now, you can get your very own Solo, a Star Wars story, trading cards, and collector's cups.
I'm thrilled to be at Denny's, and here today, we're debuting some of the new menu items.
This is god-awful.
Denny's, you guys can check out.
And today, we're debuting some of the Denny's menu items in a new segment I'd like to call Food Fight!
Is that
just the start of the Star Wars experience here at Denny's, because we also have these collector cups that I'm very excited about.
Wow, I'm loving it.
What the freak is this?
What is this?
Exactly. What the heck?
They gave us a check to show their Solo themed menu items while we gush about how much we like the movie.
No, I mean us, guys. We used to love talking about movies. We used to love talking about pop culture. We were always honest, and our opinions were never for sale.
But Denny's in America is just like,
So yeah, that's
Oh
so
my god.
Collider had this whole thing where they went to Denny's, and it was pretty cringe. It was pretty cringe. And yeah, so I think, is this the one that's actually the real? There's actually, I could show you, dude, when they did this whole Denny's thing, it really was bad. Like, it was bad. And of course, the whole thing was that Solo ultimately lost money. Here's the actual video, okay? Collider Jedi Council at Denny's.
We are live at Denny's. It's May the 4th, and man, am I excited. Pretty excited.
Fantastic.
As it go, what do we got?
Cuisine is always here, Christian. So much great food, trading cards, collector cups to get into. But first, it's basically like you're at a Denny's in a galaxy far, far away, which is kind of how I feel right now. We're debuting some of the new menu items they have.
Oh my gosh, this is awful.
We have
Man,
Geeks Slam, which is the healthy fit option for somebody like me who currently employs a personal trainer. 2 Moon Skill.
What? Who currently employs a personal trainer?
Topped with Gouda cheese sauce, cheddar cheese, and 2
Whoa.
eggs. The Star Wars experience here at Denny's, because we also have these collector cups that I'm very excited about with some of your favorite characters. You get the cool Falcon design on there. The more packs you get, the better chance you have of getting one of the special foil cards. They made these special foil cards. There's 1 in every 100 packs, and they're already going for like a couple $100 on eBay right now, which
this is what
something that's really cool that you can check out right now. Denny's.com is the Smuggler's Dice Sweepstakes, which is basically giving you the fancy opportunity to roll the dice. You're rolling Han Solo's dice.
You see the dice hanging? He hangs them onto the, I think it's the little.
Dice are gonna have so much to do in this movie.
Right?
Oh, what?
Like this, and when you go back and watch that scene,
What is wrong with
what those dice mean?
It's so exciting, and I think
And when you go back and watch that scene,
we learned about the dice? Yeah.
it's so exciting.
and I'm starting to get more and more excited about this movie, way more than I was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it?
I totally agree with you. Like,
I didn't know that I needed a Han Solo movie. I even said as much. I don't think I need this movie, but now that I've seen all this material, I need to see this movie.
What? This is awful.
Well oiled. It looks. I mean, the movie looks solid. People are starting to get excited for it.
Oh my goodness. So you went to Denny's and now you're getting excited. Look at that.
Geeks and Gamers right there, baby. Here we go.
With the Michael Jordan.
With the Michael.
That's so good.
But yeah, so that's what we're so let's have a Geeks and Gamers party at Applebee's.
We'll
and
go to
talk all
Applebee's
about-
and we'll all dress like Indiana Jones. That would be great. There we go. And I'll be like, so excited. You know, before we weren't excited, but after eating the boneless wings and seeing all these cool cups, you know, and you know, Jeremy the Whip is going to have a big part in this film. You know that, right?
Yeah,
The
I
freak is wrong
totally
with
agree
these
with you. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you.
The dice is going to have an important role in this film. I mean, listen, say what you want about Christian Harloff. He's got, I mean, I've got some bad takes floating around there, but his is pretty legendary.
Hey, man, you've
So-
been busting his ass for 5 years
Yeah,
as a Star
yeah.
Wars fan, Jay. So
He didn't get invited to the Galaxy's Edge. You know what's crazy? Me and my brother got invited to go to Galaxy's Edge before Christian Harloff did. He was in the I think he was in LA. We were in the Orlando one that opened a little bit earlier. Kind of interesting. But yeah, so it's like constant I mean, Applebee's of all places. It's like I don't know who this is where they are with Indiana Jones, man. Like that, it's pretty sad.
Yeah, I mean, I used to watch Collider, Schmozno all the time. I used to watch them religiously, especially. I even watched Collider when it was AMC Movie Talk, and it really was. And this is why when you mentioned the culture war and things like that, some people dismiss that or whatever. And like, look, I was never interested in being part of the culture war. Okay. I just wanted to watch movies and play video games and, you know, have fun or whatever. The election of 2016 was definitely a changing point in everything. And it affected movies. It affected how movies were covered. And specifically Collider, who was my ESPN for movies, once The Last Jedi came out, a fundamental shift happened. It went from, because Batman versus Superman was a divisive movie, but it was still just a movie. And it was still people arguing over a movie. It was still people just arguing over characters. The Last Jedi became a politically divisive movie, and it became that if you don't like this movie, you're racist and sexist. That is where everything changed. Yes, you still had Ghostbusters 2016, that, you know, obviously was a thing, but like it was The Last Jedi that changed the conversation. And channels like Collider, they started to change the conversation. And that's where it turned into, if you don't like this movie, you're just a racist and a sexist. And that was a fundamental change in how online discourse was happening, and that's where everything broke apart. So it was crazy. So that was good, little trip down memory lane there. Let me read a few super chats really quick. Consider Arizona, no bugs or rain, and 100 degrees days. Arizona is very clean, I will say that. I've enjoyed my time there, but you know, I do like Florida. Grand Admiral Adam becomes a new member. Jonathan for 20. Hey, Jeremy and Jay. So last year I started writing a song called You Open the Door based on the story Jay told. I finally finished this song a few months ago. I've recorded a rough demo and would love to send it to you all.
Our email address is in the description.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Jay, you have a way with creating memes.
I like
that is awesome right there. Yes, send that to Jay's email. I can't wait. Grim says, I'm Ray Skywalker. Taker says, when I opened the link to Drinkers Open Bar yesterday, it said 199 waiting. It must be a sign that Jay, Jeremy, and Ryan need to be on open bar together. Hey, I've always enjoyed being on open bar. Shout out to
I was on it once for Doctor Strange. So yeah.
Rooster says BlackRock gives them interest-free money with no maturity date. So as long as they keep pushing ESG, State Farm does the same thing. Yeah.
So that's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. They keep pushing this what's it called? ESG. It's like if they push that and they get a right score, they get like interest-free loan. I could be wrong. It's just stuff that I'm reading. It's like they keep pushing, like that's why Bud Light and all these companies just kept pushing this ESG rating, because if they get a good rating, they get like interest-free stuff, which that means like it. I mean, again, I need to educate myself a little bit more on this, but the way it sounds to me, it's like that's why they're pushing all this woke stuff, is to get like interest-free loans. So it's like it all comes back down to the banking system. That if that's true, that's freaking crazy, man.
I know it.
That's freaking crazy.
To be fair, Applebee's ran the same promotion for Top Gun Maverick. That is true.
I did not know that.
The difference is it's all about optics with Disney Star Wars. And so when you actually do treat the fans the right way, you're able to get away with a lot of different things that people are just not going to think about. But when you actively try to attack the fan base, everything that you're doing is going to be hyper analyzed, and deservedly so. So Disney Star Wars, Lucasfilm, they've earned no leeway with the fans whatsoever. Top Gun Maverick, and to be fair, and I'll never forget this. On Friday Night Tights, this is before Top Gun Maverick came out. I remember saying, like, I'm really excited for this movie. I think this looks really good. And we did a poll on the FNT. This is weeks before Top Gun Maverick came out. It was like 60% said they had no interest in it whatsoever. And to be fair, that's because most people felt like it's going to be another situation where Tom Cruise is going to be old, dried up, washed up. Some female's going to come in there and show him how to do things and take over. But word of mouth actually traveled, and people said, oh, wow, this is actually a really good movie. Tom Cruise opened the movie up saying, like, hey, we appreciate the fans and all of that. It went a long way. And so when you don't disrespect the paying customer, you're allowed to do a lot of different things for sure. So
I didn't know anything about these Applebee promotions. I'd be going there to get all my tickets.
Yeah. Yeah. Jay, make it happen, man.
I know. What the
Hey,
heck?
you brought this up, and I do think it's necessary to bring up this topic. We were talking about this, but Bud Light had a fun day yesterday. Bud Light had a fun day.
Came out from the woodwork.
Bud Light decided they were going to make their glorious return to Twitter yesterday with this ad. Crack a cold one. We've got an epic summer ahead. Sock tans included. I thought that said trans included at first when I read that, but look at that ratio right there, Jay. 22,000 comments to only 1,700 likes. That is really bad. Now, I will say
the greatest
this.
part. Yeah, I know you're getting to it.
The best part is this little button right here, which I'm not going to click because there's a lot of images that I probably can't show on YouTube. But if you click that little thing right there, that's all the hidden replies that Bud Light has hidden. So essentially, Bud Light has decided, hey, we're just going to consolidate all the greatest comments and put them right there. And that's exactly what it is. I have a comment here. There's Benny Johnson. There's Yellow Flash. Oh, did they hide mine? No, there's mine right there. So
I was like, you're treading on thin ice, man. Scrolling down.
So we will stop right there. But yeah, so Bud Light getting absolutely just annihilated, and rightfully so. And this is the treatment that Target needs to get. This is the treatment that Call of Duty needs to get. This is the treatment that Disney needs to get. And you, the people, we, the people, have the power. We have the power if we will, consolidate, if we will come together for these common purposes and common goals. And so seeing this has just been great because this was destruction beyond belief. I don't know if I can show the hidden replies. Let me see.
I tried. Like there was a lot. There was a lot of gamer words on a lot of the hidden replies. I tried to show them all. So I was like, yeah, better not show that stuff.
Whoa. There's one I could show at least. I got to show this one. You guys, I know you guys remember this. Remember Jim Carrey's from what was that?
Yeah, that's right. In Living Color.
In Living Color, yes. So oh man, that's
pretty funny.
These are some interesting replies though. So you gotta, hey, listen. If you want to tread lightly, I would recommend going over to that post and hitting that hidden replies feature and just going and seeing that Bud Light has been really nice enough to consolidate all the greatest hits for you.
Yeah, right in one little section.
Right over there.
So you might have missed this one. They did another post that they thought would get a lot of grace. This is from their overall company when they talking about when we know how important it is when to be prepared when disaster strikes. That's why we're expanding our partnership with the NVFC to deliver 2.5 million cans of emergency drinking water to volunteer fire departments. Okay, that's nice. There's what the drinking cans look like. This actually has water in it, but it looks like a beer can. But they got ratio to all heck on this too. I mean, even their comment, this person goes, "That's awesome. Thank you for your support." It's like when communities need us, we show up because that's who we are. I can't even click on the comments. Even this comment gets ratioed. The best comment is quartering. Is that the same recipe as Bud Light? They're like, yeah, it's like tastes like water. I mean, there's an Alex Jones thing. They're pouring Bud Light in the water, but I mean, even on their post that they think, and again, there is a whole hidden replies on this post as well of people just like, I know you're trying to do good here, but we're sick of your crap. Like, we're tired of this stuff.
Yep.
And we're gonna let you know that we're tired of it. We're tired of it. We've seen what's going on here. We've seen certain aspects of them doing stuff and going after and trying to push this stuff on children. And it's like, and you're just upfront about it. It's like, no, we're tired of it. So leave the little kids alone. We're tired of it.
That's right. And we do have a comment from one Alex Jones in reference to Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch.
Fuck these people.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate that. We really do appreciate your insight on that, Alex. I keep seeing some of these pronouns in bio accounts, and they're like, they keep like when they're mad at me, they'll be like, they show like a tweet or something where like he supports Alex Jones. I'm like, you're damn right I do. Fucking Alex Jones is awesome. You're not gonna shame. You think that's a bad thing? You're promoting that I like Alex Jones is only gonna help my following. It's not gonna hurt it. You fucking weirdos. These people are freaks, man.
It's fun. Dr. Disrespect making fun of people with pronouns. It's just so funny, man.
Do you have that clip?
Of course I do.
Pull that up. I haven't even seen that. I didn't see where he made fun of pronouns in bio. I didn't see that one.
Oh, dude, what?
I didn't see that clip. Oh, that's good. I'm gonna read some super chats while you're finding that.
Yeah.
Chris says when the server drops off the coupon for the movie, I would ask, can I get a free app instead? Brendan, Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy, thought I'd become a member yesterday after watching you since you were small. Vividly remembering the old movie reviews with you sitting on a stool wearing the black Geeks and Gamers polo. It's been great. Those are old school, man. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. That is awesome. And man, thank you for the support. It's been a wild ride for sure. Spirian for a 199 super sticker. Thank you. Optimus Monkey says keg stands at Applebee's. Jazz Prime says, Jay, keep the hat on. That's your new brand. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Hey, I like it. I like it. Cultural Breakdown becomes a new member. Thank you. Crunchy Beaver. Disney is going to lose its ass on Indy 5. Those cross promotions are ridiculously expensive. I know from past experience. Roberto Present says, why don't we have a GoFundMe and either create a film studio or buy Lucasfilm when it claims bankruptcy?
All right, so can I say something about that? We have one. Josiah Rises, Epic, Meek. I almost said Epic. Epic verse Studios.
Yep.
And there's going to be some cool stuff coming out. And I can't wait to my own personal announcement with Acrobatic Chronicles. Might be doing something with some people you guys might know. So Josiah and Epic Mike are doing, man, phenomenal things. And we're all waiting for them to like open this thing up so you guys can see. But many of us, I know Jeremy as well, have seen a lot of the stuff they've been working on that they haven't released yet. It's just awesome.
Yep.
It's like they're doing the best they can with what they have, and it's like they're really, it's so we'll see what happens, like we'll see what happens. But no, I hear that. I'm ready whenever you are.
Okay, so hang on just a minute. We catch a couple
keep
more.
reading. I'm just
David
saying.
for $1. Thank you. My local AMC cinema closed. Won't be seeing any.
Actually, my local AMC theater closed too after lockdowns. They never reopened. So that's kind of sad.
Jonathan has just sent you the song. Jay, hope you all enjoy it. It's going to be
Appreciate
good.
it.
It's going to be good. Bert says, stop mocking Christian Harloff. Both of you are envious of Harloff because he has literally busted his butt as a Star Wars fan for 5+ years.
I'm sorry, Bert. You're absolutely correct.
Hangry is Angry becomes a new member.
Thank you.
Groovy Lava Squirrel Medic becomes a new member. Rosy Toes with a 199 super sticker. Welcome all the new members of the 199. Greatly appreciate all of you. All right, Jay, what do you got?
So as Drunk 3PO channel turns into like these
drunk alert, drunk star,
these little drama things. Dr. Disrespect, if you don't know who he is an amazing character, and he plays video games. Now this account is run by Hassan Piker Stan, I guess, and he's really mad that Doc took time out of his day to make fun of the followers of Hassan. It's freaking hilarious. I did a video on this.
Oh, so I did. So I saw Gary retweeted this too. So I didn't actually see the videos. I was too busy arguing with Gary. So
here we go. Check this out.
I got no. My favorite content creator is Hassan. Even though he's fat and he's got weird looking structure of shoulders and he's unathletic, but he's really fat. He's my favorite content creator. I got nothing going on. I'm so depressed. I got a chip on my shoulder. I'm critical of everything except myself. I got he, him in my bio,
So these people were mad that he said stuff like that, and they're just like, guys, this guy's 41 years old, is gonna be 42 acting like that. And I'm like, have you lost your mind? I don't know one person. There might be one person out there, but I don't know one person, whether you're 31, 41, 51, 61, if you're getting paid the kind of money that he's getting paid to freaking play video games for 4 or
Yes.
5 hours a day,
Yes.
you wouldn't take it? Give me a freaking I don't care how old you are, how young you are. Like, are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah.
The dude is a legend. This is his character. This is who he is. The two-time, flip phone having. And he has done an amazing job marketing who he is as a brand.
Yep.
And I don't know if you saw this, but he tweeted out yesterday to Kick. He's like, "You want me, Kick? My number's 50 million." And they responded.
Yep.
So I guess we'll see what happens. So I'm like, how is that an own? This guy's 41 years old. I'm like, he plays freaking video games for not even 7 days a week.
I know it. I know
4
it.
days a week for like 5 hours, and he's done.
Yeah.
And it's like the dude's a millionaire. Like, how is that an own? The funny thing is like how he was acting there. This is how these people on Twitter act. These freaking weirdos with pronouns in their bios. That's how they act. Like you said earlier, he likes Alex Jones. Everyone, how the heck is that an own on Jeremy?
I know.
Like, how is that an own? I don't get it. Like, it's so funny.
It's these
They
weirdos.
would say that about
mentally...
me too. It's like you're friends with Gina Carano. I was like,
yeah,
really? That's an own? You got me.
It's amazing, man. And what I'm happy is that we're finally getting more and more people that are realizing the pronoun and bio people are mentally deranged weirdos. And I like that. Like, again, I just pronouns and bio it's full stop. Like you have literally no credibility. If you unironically have pronouns in your bio, because there's a lot of people that use it as a troll. If you unironically have that in your bio, you have literally no credibility on anything at all, period. You are a meme to me. You are a joke, period. End of discussion. You have lost all credibility. Done. Over with.
So we haven't finished, just talking about Star Wars since we've been on the topic. Yeah, I hope you don't mind me pulling this up.
No, not at all. Shout out.
I just want to give you a great announcement, Jeremy. I know this is going to make you, just have an erection of excitement when you see this. Before we do this,
because I got a feeling I think I know what you're going to say, and I just want Yellow Flash is in the comment, and he's going to get really he'll probably get a little emotional hearing about this because this is brave and stunning. It's a brave and stunning announcement. So just calm down, Yellow Flash. Okay, this is a big deal. Okay, here we go, Jay.
Erection of excitement is coming for Yellow Flash too.
The floor is yours, Jay.
The Acolyte.
Acolyte?
Whatever.
I always mess it up.
The Acolyte has casted Abigail, making him
Acolyte.
The Atrociolite, whatever. The first transgender actor to appear in Star Wars. It's coming, folks. Look at that. Stunning. I thought the Force was female. So instead of having female characters, they're going to use men to play female characters to push their forces female. Let's go, Star Wars, man. I'm all ready, man. We're all for this. This is great. Men are taking back the forces female in the only way now.
My goodness.
So yeah, the Acolytist show. What the I don't give a freak. Is being directed and
the showrunner is Leslie Headland, who is Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant. And, listen, as the great quarterback Garrett said, Leslie Headland, too ugly to be assaulted.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Now I know there's rumors out there saying she's been fired and the show is canceled, but this was just announced a day ago.
Yep.
So I hope everyone's really excited to see the new Force is female in the brand new show. Also, if the article doesn't really say much, it just said that this will be the most diverse cast in the history of a Star Wars show, according to Star Wars. The most diverse than any Star Wars show they've had. Also by adding a transgender person in the show. So calm down, Jeremy. Yellow Flash.
Well, there's one person that we definitely need to calm down, and that's because this was played on Critics Court and it like to broke me, so I'm playing it again now. So settle down, okay.
So she turns up at the wedding, and the bride's got a nice rack. That's what I got from this episode.
Did that get the episode a point?
No.
No.
Because, right, I'll tell you why. Because I have actually thought this out. I'm not even joking. Because Jamila comes on like track.
And the woman that they actually had playing the girl that was getting married, she's actually trans. And I don't know if people knew that.
I just thought she was ugly.
Yeah,
that's his face.
She had a nice rack.
Hey, the one.
Got you. Wait, a trap.
So when it's a trap. When the two women started arguing and he jumped out of the window, that was the only scene I could identify with.
I identified with that so much.
Like,
so I think there's something
so
with the
great.
being an incel, and it's probably one of the dudes she dated.
Oh my god, it was so.
That's why she was so obsessed with She-Hulk's actual boobs.
Fucking timeline.
That is so funny. You could literally see his soul leave his body. He was like,
as soon as you saw his head turning, like,
yeah, like that was an epic moment in FNT history.
no, dude, when they played it on Critics Court yesterday, because I'm all in, like, I'm in my zone, and they played that, and it broke me, dude. I had tears in my eyes when they played that.
I've also had an epic moment on FNT calling Chris Gore Frank for like 10 minutes, and nobody stopped me. They just let it fly.
Oh man,
Sweet
great
Jesus.
stuff. Great stuff indeed, man. So funny stuff. All right, real quick, we got a couple more topics we need to hit on. But yeah, Disney Star Wars, Leslie Headland. This is going to be a disaster. The first trans character, and again, it's all about the fact that they have decided to advertise this. This is an advertising moment for them. It's all about identity politics. It's all about showing it's the first time that someone like this has been. It's just like, miss me with that nonsense.
So I will give, that's what I'm saying. I will give She-Hulk credit because they didn't advertise that. The show was just bad enough.
It was
They
just bad
didn't need
enough as it
anything
was,
else.
yeah.
So I'll give them credit for just throwing it in there.
100%. We got this right here. I'm gonna share my whole screen. We got this right here. Industry expert calls Flash box office debut a disaster for DC. I broke this down. I did a full video on this here on the channel. But this is bad. And to top that off right here, the Flash falls even further behind. Just 2.8 on Thursday, 72 million total. Maybe WB canceled the wrong film, Batgirl. So that's where the Flash is right now. It ain't getting any better.
I know, and that's crazy because every prediction that came out, even though they were low, have been wrong because it's been lower.
Yes.
Which is crazy because they were like, yeah, it'll be about 70 million. And it's like, nah, it's like 20 million below that. And then they're just saying like every day, like, well, maybe it'll make this much. And they're like, and that's really bad. But then then the actual numbers come out and it's actually lower. So, man, I don't know. Ryan talked about this yesterday too. It's like, because we still have the Blue Beetle and we also have Aquaman 2. And I just don't. I don't see any interest. James Gunn is trying his best to muster up some interest for Blue Beetle, saying that character is going to be in my universe, so you might want to watch it to kind of keep up with everything. And
nobody cares.
I don't. That ain't going to do it. You know, that's just not going to do it. DC's kind of they have tried to follow the Marvel Let me just say this: from Iron Man to Endgame, for me personally, was something phenomenal that we might not ever see in movies again. They had a story for 13 years. They almost kept almost all the same actors and put a story together from start to finish for 13 years, which is incredible on how they were able to do that, whether you like the films or not. And it just seemed like they're trying to pull from that magic again. And it's just, even Marvel too. DC tried to do that with Snyder, but it was like it was a mess. You know, like even like we're adding all these other movies to it. It just was like, well, Ben Affleck will be in this one, and there'll be it like with Suicide Squad and all that. It just was a mess. You know, they just could never get that that path that they were trying to go, and I don't see these next two films doing anything. Like, who does anybody really know who the Blue Beetle is unless you are a DC fan? It's like it's just one of those. You know, that's like when they introduced Ant-Man. A lot of people didn't know who Ant-Man was, but because of Iron Man and all these other films were doing so well, people were interested in this story. So, like, and that should just teach everyone: you put good stories together, it keeps people interested into seeing more. And I don't. Thor is one of my favorite characters. I don't think they did his movies well at all in that 13-year span. But they did really well because people were interested in putting all the pieces together as what's going to happen from Iron Man to Endgame. So I don't know. I think Aquaman 2, we were taking bets and you weren't here. So maybe you could say out of these films that came out, you had Shazam, The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman 2, and Black Adam. Which one is going to do the worst out of all these DC films that came out? I'm thinking Aquaman 2 is just going to freaking.
Well, it depends on what is your standard for worst? Just overall box office or like
box
losses?
office loss. I'll say box office. Right now, I think Shazam 2 is probably going to hold it because like nobody.
If you're talking about box office loss, it's probably going to be Flash.
It might be, yeah. I think Aquaman 2 will beat it, man.
Well, but Flash has a massive budget.
But didn't Aquaman 2 have one as well? And they've got they got the Amber Heard stink, over there.
I do think Aquaman 2 is going to be a big problem for sure. But you got to remember that the first one still did 1.2 billion. While it's not going to do that. And it might not even do half of that. It at least is going to do something. Whereas Flash has this enormous budget and it's a disaster. So I'm not sure. It will be interesting. I don't know what the Aquaman 2 budget is at this point. So that's why it's hard for me to announce to say on that one. But at least it did come off a first film that was successful.
I'm just looking at like Jason Momoa. He was in Fast and Furious. That movie hasn't performed as well as they thought it would be internationally. And that Amber Heard stink is going to be on that, and that movie's not going to matter to anything. Like, it doesn't matter if they introduce a new villain. It doesn't matter what they do. It's just literally not going to matter, and people will just be like, "What's the point?"
Yeah,
I'll just wait, and if I'm gonna watch it, I'll watch it. And they were originally going to release that film during Avatar 2. Which probably made it worse. I think they're trying to find a time slot, or they found a time slot that's not in competition with anybody. So
it's an amazing. Like, this will be. So you had Shazam.
We started with Black Adam.
So Black Adam, Shazam, Flash, Blue Beetle, or Aquaman, then Blue Beetle. That's 5 flops in a row. 5 flops. 5 movies that have flopped and lost money in a row for DC.
And Marvel's right. I mean, except for, I take it back. Guardians of the Galaxy did not lose money.
Yep.
But we're looking at, what do we got next from Marvel?
The Marvels. Yep.
Well, see you later.
Well, see you later. Yeah, it will not be good. It will not be good. So, but yeah, so I mean, DC deserves this just as much as Marvel does. And again, it's for different reasons. But overall, DC, James Gunn has a massive uphill battle.
It all started when they were like, well, we got rid of Henry Cavill. He's not going to be back. We're gonna move forward. We're gonna change things. They had I know you don't like Ben Affleck's Batman, but they had a beautiful with Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill, and they had the makings of something really cool for the next few years. Henry Cavill should have gotten an amazing Superman film.
Yep.
You know, and like if they wanted to make money, that's it. Like you had the formula, you had the people that wanted to watch it. It's like I don't understand these people where they're like, yeah, we'll move away from Henry. Nobody really cares. Like, are you freaking out of your mind? That dude was Superman. He looked like Superman. He acted like Superman. And it's like all you had to do was just pick a villain. He's got villains out there.
Yep.
Just pick a villain that visited Earth and he's got to fight him. That's your movie. Put Henry Cavill in it, and then you want to have Wonder Woman show up or whatever, fine. But it's like it's not rocket science here. I don't get it.
Well, you have some of the best casting you could imagine for these characters, which is it's one of the many frustrating things about the Snyderverse is that Cavill's so good as Superman. Ben Affleck, again, it's not that I don't like Ben Affleck, and it's not that I don't like him as Batman. I don't like that version of Batman, but I think Ben Affleck could be. Ben Affleck could be like, I loved the little bit of Ben Affleck's Batman we had in The Flash. That's the only thing I really liked about the movie was Ben Affleck's Batman. And Gal Gadot is just phenomenal in her casting as Wonder Woman. Jason Momoa, while has nothing to do with Aquaman in terms of casting, him in that role clearly was a success. And you can capitalize off that. I didn't really particularly like him as Aquaman. My man, you know, all these weird kind of lines from him that are 100% not, you know, not specific to like super, like it's just weird. It feels more like a pro dude than anything.
The success of Aquaman was showing that DC was kind of on a good path, and people were interested in these overall stories. Whether the movie was like, you know, top tier or not, you know, it just was like we were on a path here, and okay, we've got some momentum, and then they just were like, let's do something else. It's just weird to me. So,
yeah, and I think James Gunn has a massive uphill battle ahead now.
I feel bad for the guy they're gonna hire as Superman because he better have someone mentally preparing him for, you know. He's just gonna get backlash no matter what. He's gonna have to knock it out of the park. He's gonna have to show us that he's Superman. He's gonna have to do well because that's just how it's.
And the problem is he spends way too much time on Twitter. Way too much time on Twitter. You know what I mean? And it's just not. Again, this is a guy who had to leave Twitter because he got basically exposed as being a creep with all of his jokes, and it's like you either need to learn to live in the mud or don't. And he clearly couldn't deal with it, but so now he's going to be fighting on Twitter. And again, I always bring Christopher Nolan up. Like, could you imagine Christopher Nolan being on Twitter right now, just fighting with fucking weirdos and pronouns in their bio over his movie?
Like James
you know what
Mangold?
I mean? So yeah, exactly. Like, you know, I would rather have a director that stayed above that. I prefer only my president to be on Twitter fighting with people. Come on back, Trump. Let's go.
I will give James Mangold credit because every time he does speak or tweet something out, he proves to us that we've already know that Kathleen Kennedy has no idea what she's doing and she makes stuff up and she says things that are not true, you know, because Mangold has come out and was like, I was working on a Boba Fett film, even though Kennedy was like, no, we weren't doing that. We weren't doing that. And Mangold was like, yeah, we were. Like, I was working on it. And you said, let's do Indiana Jones. So kind of crazy, man.
Well, I mean, ultimately, James Gunn has, like I said, I loved all three Guardians movies, all three of them, the holiday special and his Brightburn movie, which I think he wrote. Didn't like the Suicide Squad that much, but I do like James Gunn overall in terms of his movies and stuff. I think he is walking into a nightmare scenario that even he can't overcome right now. I just don't think he can do it. So I guess time will tell. Toe Mox says, thanks for reminding me that 6 Days in Fallujah was coming out. I picked up about 5 copies before it gets canceled again. Yeah, 6 Days of Fallujah, which we have copies. Haven't had a chance to set it on and play it yet, but that game was in development hell from people being fake offended over things. It got canceled. It got picked back up by another studio. And apparently it's a really good game. I do look forward to kind of trying to get into it and play it a little bit. I've been experimenting, like, yes, I said this yesterday, but with the release of X Defiant, which, to be honest, man, like X Defiant's okay, but it's got an uphill battle. And let's just be real. All right, let me just call it like it is with X Defiant. All right, let me just call it like it is. All right, here we go. Check this out, okay? Because bottom line is, it's Ubisoft, okay? So let me show you guys something if I can find it really quick. One of my issues with X Defiant is these are my operators right here. Look at this. So share my screen. All right. You notice a theme here? See some diversity up in there? Like, I mean, let's be real. Like, what the fuck? Like, you got these skinny ass women on the battlefield, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here, man. Why aren't you giving me pink hair, purple haired fucking women to with a gun to fight with? It really does aggravate me to see that shit. Fuck your diversity, fuck your identity politics. I'm really tired of this shit. And it definitely did stand out to me when I was doing that. Now, in terms of the game itself, it's fine. It's not a Call of Duty killer, which there's never going to be a Call of Duty killer. There's better games than Call of Duty, but Call of Duty is still the king, and they're going to be the king for as long as, I guess, people support them. Titanfall is a significantly better game than Call of Duty, in my opinion, and it's not even close. Titanfall has the best movement of any FPS ever made, in my opinion, but nobody fucking bought it. So nobody, like, people just didn't play it. Like, obviously some people did, but not to the level to make it compete with Call of Duty. By every standard, Titanfall should have annihilated Call of Duty. Titanfall should have wiped Call of Duty off the face of the planet, but it didn't. X Defiant ain't nowhere near Call of Duty. It just isn't. It's okay. It's fine. It's a little slow, but
it's still in beta though. So
it's still in beta, and we'll see if they can improve upon it. But
the thing is, though, it's like, for me personally, I just want a game I can just come together with my friends, talk a bunch of crap, laugh a little bit, tell stupid jokes, what's going on in your life, stuff like that. Instead of like, that's just how, that's how we talk on the phone now. It's like, that's why I've been playing a lot of Sea of Thieves. It's a pirate game. I freaking love it. It's like my brother plays with me, and X-Wing. It's just like we just have fun talking a bunch of crap, and then every now and then we got to blow up another ship. So it's like, and that's what Fortnite does. It's like we just come together and just like, for competitive gameplay. Yeah, I think I wouldn't. If X Defiant does that, like, not competitive where it's like I could just log on with like 4 or 5 people and we just talk some crap and shoot some people. To me, that's all I need for me. So I'm not like in that competitive gameplay. I ain't no Dr. Disrespect, but we cry about people's bios and pronouns and everything else when we play, just like Dr. Disrespect. So you can watch us instead. Maybe Kick will give Jeremy 50 million.
Hey, let's go, Kick. I'm here. Alex Jones announced he's moving to Florida. He'll be moving to Sarasota or Tampa. Please invite him to the Geeks and Gamers house for Cobra Cast and the next pool tourney. Did he announce that? That's awesome. I'll have to hit him up and find
Benny
out.
Johnson talked about him might possibly going to Tampa. Because I think that's where Benny lives.
Yes,
congrats, Benny on 1 million.
1 million subs. I was talking to Benny yesterday about that. Benny's awesome. So as might like it, yes. The Force is an Adam's apple.
That's pretty good.
The midichlorian count is so high.
It's over 9,000.
I really like Doomcock and Camera Pasha, but at this point with the Acolyte, I think their sources at Lucasfilm might be misleading them. Hey, people can say whatever they want.
Yeah, it's their channel. So they can say what they want and, take it as a grain of salt.
Yep. As was Transfish. What is your thoughts on the Zendaya film trailer with her 2 coworkers? I've not seen that trailer. I saw that image going around. Have no interest.
This is why Tom Holland is taking a year off acting.
Yeah, I am not watching that shit. I saw that still frame and I'm like, I have no desire to watch whatever this is. I have none whatsoever. Roberto became a new member.
Yo,
Thank
Roberto.
you. Oh, and we did get 5 gifted memberships from a creamy hole in the wall. 5 gifted memberships.
Wait, what was their name?
A creamy hole in the wall, and it's got a picture of Beardo going.
There is no chat like our chat. There is nothing. There is.
It's the
none.
best. The 199 is.
I've
the
seen
best.
other live streams, and everyone in the chat's like Bert and Dave R and everything. You come into a Geeks and Gamers chat, you got Optimus Monkey, Jay Salty Beaver, like all that stuff. It's only here. Pretty funny.
It's the best. Jeremy's non-existent eyebrow says the Dr. Disrespect clip had me in tears laughing.
Yeah.
Uncontrollable crying is the only way to imitate these people.
That's exactly my point. And I did a video on it yesterday, and holy crap, it started off slow, and now it looks like it's heading to like 60,000 views.
There you go.
I can't believe these videos.
There you go.
So all we did was
man.
laugh with them. It's pretty funny.
Lean into it, bro. Lean into it. Hail to the 199 Legion. Love these talks as always. Hope you two have a great weekend. Thank you. Appreciate that. How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair. How can you have she, her in your bio and not be a woman? Anakin from Star Wars. Acolytes.
What's the name of that guy? Zebrakin?
What's the
Zebra
khaki?
Cake?
Zebra cake? What?
It just reminded me of those zebra cakes as a kid. You ever have a zebra
cakes?
Cake?
Are amazing. Yes.
Oh, if
zebra
my mom
cakes
bought
for the
zebra
win.
cakes and left the box out, I'd eat them all up, and
Mom
then I'd be like,
zebra cakes.
It was worth the whooping. That's all I have to say.
Yes,
it's like you're gonna whip them for eating all the zebra cakes. It's so worth it. So.
DC shouldn't have meddled after BPS, should have stuck by Snyder's vision to completion, do more Elseworlds like Joker, and fully reboot after Snyder. Everybody deals with studio meddling. That's just the reality of it. Snyder fans like to act like Snyder's the only director that's ever had studio meddling. That's just not the case. Snyder's vision just sucks balls. That's really what it comes down to. Do you think like Christopher Nolan had to earn, like Christopher Nolan is about the only guy in Hollywood that doesn't have to deal with that anymore, but he did until I think it was Batman Begins. He dealt with studio meddling during Batman Begins.
Listen, even George Lucas.
J.J. Abrams had the post-converted. They post-converted Star Wars Into Darkness after the fact, even though he didn't want them to.
Yeah.
There always are studio mandates on everything. Snyder fans just act like Zack Snyder's. There's always an excuse with Zack Snyder fans. There's always it's somebody else's fucking fault. I guess it's somebody else's fault that he made it watch his fucking dad die. Superman just stood there and watched his fucking dad die. It's somebody else's fault.
Everyone.
Anyway, go ahead, Jay.
I am looking forward to Rebel Moon.
Yeah, with the diversity, because Zack Snyder's talked about all the diversity.
I'm just saying,
I guess that's the studio's fault too for forcing Zack Snyder to talk about diversity.
The only thing is like Rebel Moon was the R-rated Star Wars film he pitched to Lucasfilm, and they turned him down. So I'm like, that's my only curiosity to see, because it looks like there's lightsabers in Rebel Moon too. That like, could you imagine if it's like 100 times better than anything?
I mean, I personally like. If you eliminate his DCEU, I like a lot of his movies. I do. I love Watchmen. Watchmen's phenomenal.
Yeah, I like 300.
Watchmen is a fantastic, and I haven't even seen the director's cut. I'm just talking about the theatrical cut of Watchmen. I think the tone, the music in it, the way he uses the music, the slow motion, the grittiness, the brutality. I love Zack Snyder's Watchmen. It is so damn good. Dawn of the Dead, his zombie movie.
Yeah.
Unbelievably good. The characters are great. The setting is great. The premise is great. Everything about that movie, I love. I think it's fantastic.
Do you like 300?
300 is, I watched 300 well after the fact. So I didn't see it in its heyday.
Oh, okay.
So it just didn't work for me. I don't hate 300 like I do his DC movies. I don't care about 300 personally, but I do appreciate the visual achievement that it was. You know what I mean? Because
I saw in the theater, and you were just kind of like, this is really different. So
yeah,
it was kind of neat, and the boobies were nice.
So I mean, I totally am like I appreciate what 300 meant to people and in at that time. Even though I didn't see it when it was in its initial run. I saw it after the fact, and for me, it was kind of distracting because it just felt like it was all on a big sound stage, and I couldn't really transport myself out of it. But yeah, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. But yeah, so right here, this right here is what I'm talking about. Here we go, right here. Zack Snyder claims non-binary character brings heart to upcoming Netflix film series Rebel Moon. So there you go. I guess that's the studio's fault, though. So somebody else's fault. Somebody else's fucking fault. Never his fucking fault. So, let me see. Jonathan becomes a new member. Woo-hoo. Thank you. Thank you. The Flash is the best comic book movie ever made. Okay. Arthur Brown, ironically, diversity makes a lot of modern shooters look samey. There's a bunch of different looking punks with weird hair, but overall, these games just blend together. So yesterday, after I played X Defiant, I then I played Battlefield 2042. I played Titanfall 2. Obviously played Fortnite, and just to kind of get a different feel for these games. And I would have put Call of Duty in, but I uninstalled it. So I don't know when I will ever reinstall it. And I enjoy playing Call of Duty. I enjoy Modern Warfare 2, the multiplayer. I know a lot of people don't, but with the whole thing right now with what they're doing, I'm just not going to play the game. But the mechanics on X Defiant just don't work for me. They're fine. It's not a bad game, but it feels a little generic and slow, compared to other games. And that's just, that's how I feel about it. And of course, please don't even bring Titanfall 2 in the equation, because that game's just so good. It's so good. You guys need to try BattleBit Remastered. Only 3 peeps made it, and it's way better than Battlefield, in my opinion. I do want to play this. I want to try this game. I'm looking forward to trying it. Did you see the AS News reaction
to what happened to the sub?
Recreation of what happened. Yes. Not reaction.
Yeah, my bad.
Recreation.
I jumped in too head and I said, the reaction.
Jumped in too head?
I jumped in too early.
Too head? What do you mean?
I jumped in. No, you're jumbling up my words. I jumped in too early to say that I was saying that we reacted to that recreation. So it just all jumbled together.
Thank you,
My
Jay.
bad. Yes, I did see that. It's like squish like grape.
What's up, Wicked Virtue? The new shirts look great, Jay. Hi, Jeremy. Hello, Wicked Virtue. How are you today?
That?
Of course you can. Go for it.
All right. Thank you, Wicked. If you guys head over to this will be on my Twitter. If you head over to 9lineapparel.com and pick up the new Drunk 3PO shirt, Fortune and Glory, with Indiana Jones as a skeleton on there, is as much as we can get away with. The money goes to help veterans that, just need a little help. And you guys know that that's why most of my stuff is with 9line Apparel. I've been with 9line Apparel for some time. Thank you, Ryan and John Bartolo, for helping with all that. And Geeks and Gamers for always sharing it out. And it's only up for a limited time. I figured we'd do something cool with the movie coming out for real Indiana Jones fans. And you can check out the 9line Apparel Foundation on what they do to help veterans get back on their feet. So only at 9lineapparel.com. You could use code DRUNK3PO20 to save 20%. There's my pitch on Daily. Thank you for letting me share that, Jeremy.
Of course, sir.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wicked Virtue. Trans Wars got me singing pronouns and bigotry from Melvin's of Knights of Melvin.
Man.
Knights of Melvin is great. Shout out to Knights of Melvin. Knights of Melvin is an awesome channel. Always standing up against Disney Star Wars. Gents, you got to play Atomic Heart. 100% soy free.
Atomic Heat.
Oh, Heat. I thought about there was Atomic Heart. That's a username.
I messed up. Now he messed up. Just you got two people here that can't read.
We can't fucking read. Can't fucking read.
Say what you say about Snyder, but at least he didn't attack his fan base like Lucasfilm. Yeah,
he did.
No association with Geeks and Gamers.
He literally attacked his fans like 2 months ago. Hang on. Let's see. Right here. Let me find it. He would basically went, yeah, right here. I can't find it. It was something where he basically said people that didn't understand his movies were stupid. You're too stupid. You're just too stupid to understand it. That is 100% what he said. And there's another one too. I gotta find it. I'm not gonna look it up right now. I'm not going, but there is. If you go, a few months ago, Snyder basically came out and said that people are stupid if they didn't understand his movies. Yada yada yada. So I'm like, all right, whatever. I'll be stupid. Play Trey Pang 2. What is
Never
that,
heard of
Jay?
it. Thank you, Sir Hat, for $2.
Jay giving Jeremy
He ad.
Frank Gore, Optimus Monkey, run into head. LOL.
Cheers. Thanks for the two.
You know, if it ain't, it's a drunk 3PO stream, man. SBZ says, let's see, woke
Yeah.
Champia. We got a member message. Somehow Grandpa Palpatine returned. Yeah,
Yes.
love it. Let's see. Rooster Cogburn says ESG is a Federal Reserve giving away money to keep companies afloat while they lose customers. Then BlackRock swoops in and buys all the cheap stock. Stubbed my pinky toe 89 says 199. Jay Appia, Hail 199, loving these streams. What's up?
You're gonna be on FNT.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I gotta share this. You're gonna love this, Jeremy. I'd love to see mine, but I'm not up there yet. This person, Grego, on Twitter has turned in the FNT and their friends into Dungeons and Dragons characters. I mean, look at this. Wait till you see yours.
This is awesome. I haven't even seen
this. Is freaking sick. Yeah, look at that.
What
There's
the
Frank
heck?
Gore. They have Ripa. There's Odin's, and this is Jeremy's right here. There you are. That's freaking awesome, dude. Look at the name, Bogarts and Pickets. The Geeks and Gamers rule book.
That is awesome.
That's awesome, man. Look at this art. You know, there's Ryan. The rule books, and then he's got everyone there. There's Chrissy, there's Az, there's Gary. So it's pretty cool. You turn them all into you guys are D&D books. So
that is awesome. Holy crap.
Yeah,
man.
it's over at Grego Harding. Shout out to you. He also has Drinker and Mahler. Good stuff, man. These look awesome, man. They look freaking awesome. But yeah, there you go, Jeremy.
Oh man,
I love it. Look at the stash on you, man. That's freaking awesome.
Yep.
And the classic Star Wars hat.
And the classic Star Wars hat. That is super cool, man. Shout out to you, man. That is awesome.
I thought you'd like that before.
Hell yeah. Jessica Lindstrom says, any ATLA fans amongst us not looking forward to the Netflix adaptation after the first disaster adaptation we must never speak of. So shout out to Jessica. That's a member message. 2 months right there.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Not here. I mean, not with me anyway.
Razel says 199 all the way and fuck Naughty Dog. Still my favorite Jeremy quote of all time. Hell yes. Appreciate that. We got 300 people watching on Rumble, so I want to say shout out to our Rumble audience. Appreciate you guys as always. I have that chat pulled up and I'm seeing all of you in the chat, so thank you for that. And always appreciate it over there. We got 52,000 followers over there.
That's
on
amazing.
Rumble, so that is damn good stuff.
Yeah, I just crossed 1,000 on Rumble. That's awesome. So
we are closing in on 1,000 likes for the stream. Appreciate that. 16 new members today. And Jay, you're going live, aren't you?
No, it's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, I thought you went.
So,
I thought you.
Yeah, not Friday. So today okay. I get a little.
So
break.
subscribe to Drunk 3PO.
Yeah, we're almost at 74K. Look at that.
Yep. Jay's gonna hit
Thank you,
100K.
Hassan Piker.
Yes, just keep it up with the YouTuber drama. It's good stuff. Drunk Star, the Drunk Alert channel. That's what he's gonna be. You just got to start your next one off with "Let's get right into the news, guys." Hassan Piker has been attacked by Dr. Disrespect. This is incredible.
That's it.
Knocking shit over.
1 million views right there.
That's right. But thank you guys. I'll be on Friday Night Tights. Cobra Cast tonight on my D-Day Cobra channel, talking about a lot of stuff going on. Especially want to focus in on this submersive story with the Biden administration basically ignoring the story so that they could have their distraction. Not surprising at all.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, it is an insane story. But
not only that, they lost $6.2 billion in an accounting error, and they found it and they just said, we're just going to ship it to the Ukraine. Man, imagine if you took one of the poorest communities in America and said, we're going to dump $6 billion into this community to help with jobs, education, clean up your parks, clean up your roads, your infrastructure. You know, you got old buildings there that maybe we can just come in and like fix them up. It's like, sorry, I don't mean to get all, I should come on Cobra Cast and just rant about it. It's like aggravating, man. It's freaking aggravating.
It is. Maybe you'll see Jay on Cobra Cast tonight.
Maybe. I have a lot to say about all that.
But thank you guys so much. Appreciate all of you as always. Smash the melee button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Thank you all so much for the support. You are greatly appreciated.
Yes.
Have a great day, and I'll see you for Friday Night Tights 199 out. Bye, everyone.
Bye.